If you're looking for a passive opportunity, you have found the right video. Right, stay tuned. I will be explaining to you how you can earn 1% daily, and a bonus secret how you can actually use this opportunity to earn 100% return on your investment in just 2 months. Alright guys, so with no further waiting, we're going to throw it over to my friend and colleague Kojo, who is going to give you all the details. Alright, so I'm going to throw it right now to Kojo. Alright, a massive bonus will be waiting for you at the end of this video to show you how you can actually access these premium VIP gold signals for free by being a member of our team here.
So welcome again. The name is Kojo, Blockchain Kojo. Thank you all my co-hosts that are on here helping support what we are doing. And to everybody that's on the Zoom today or watching this video, we want to say thank you and you are welcome to our journey, right? Now, being in the crypto space for about 6 years full time, borderline 5 to 6 full time, is giving me the opportunity to learn so much about the industry. And I will tell you this, there hasn't been a better time than when maybe Bitcoin came out to be in crypto. Even if you're brand new today, you are literally coming in at a very integral moment, right? But understand that this entire market is full of risk. Whatever you do, there's volatility. There was a massive lack of regulation, but thanks to a new administration that is pro crypto, a president that is pro crypto, an SEC that is pro crypto, and a Congress that is pro crypto in the United States, everything has changed. The old ways are done. It's time for people to now recognize the reality of where we're at and look for the legitimate corporate executives, the legitimate businesses, the legitimate structures that can help ensure you a very smooth journey inside of this crypto space, right? We're going to talk about new regulation that has passed already, right? As we know, since July 18th, a major bill was passed into law that basically allowed central banks to print their own stable coins to get into crypto. Folks, there is a major bill that is coming yet. Everybody is speculating. I mean, from all the OGs and the critics, they are all speculating that the second bill, the Digital Clarity Act, will be passed or signed by Donald Trump on the 30th of September. If not, it's going to be the very first week of this coming month, right? So this has a lot of people excited. A lot of people excited. So what is this going to do? This bill would basically separate, right? Clarify the jurisdiction between the SEC and the CFTC, and also establish regulations for payments of stablecoins and other digital commodities. Folks, we're going to talk to you about a company that is a startup that is being launched as one of the very first within this space to do something like this, right? We are looking at, in the passive crypto space, we're looking at a company that has brought up AI financial products and services, commodities, digital commodities, where they're going to get regulated by either the CFTC or the FTC and will no longer have the burden of the SEC inside this crypto space. So it's about time people start to look for, especially companies that are looking to first get regulated in the USA. That is very, very important. If you find companies working on this, you might have a solid bet, right? So we'll introduce you to our CEO and what she's doing, and the fact that she's probably the only one that we know in this space doing something at this level with enough credibility, enough transparency, and a very notable track record. A notable track record of creating multi-millions in the space, number one, as an affiliate, number two, as a business owner owning her own 2 network marketing companies, and also being an owner in the crypto space, owning her own crypto education platform since 2020, where she herself has become a Bitcoin expert, understands the market, trades the market herself. But today, because of AI, folks, because of AI, because of the new laws in crypto, because of what's going on, her timing could not be better. She has created this entity for us to be able to benefit from automated trading. So if you don't know who Jenna Zwago is, you can go ahead and look her up. She's been the number one earner in MLM in the entire world for multiple years, and in anywhere between 12 to $30 million a year back to back. Created her first company with a partner from a partner called My Daily Choice, 14 years in 2014, 11 years in the industry, no rug pull. Where do we hear things like that, right? In the product business, right? She went again and did that in the hemp space. 2017 got into hemp. Right before regulation hit, you would know that and understand that this lady is moving with times and seasons, right? Right before regulation hit, she created her company in the CBD space. We know that hemp and CBD is regulated by the federal government, one of the hardest agencies in the entire world. She got regulated, right? So this brings us down to where we are at today. And the company she just created is called Zionix Global. As you can see, it's pretty new. Is based or created through a registered agent in Wyoming, per term of duration perpetual, right? So that is a solid thing to see. Now this company will officially launch in Dubai in the next coming days on October the 17th, right? So you're really getting to something early before the masses, before the entire world. As far as marketing, this company is already public, as in information is already public, and some of the most credible websites you can find for business, for MLM, for network marketing companies, right? Affiliate marketing companies. So here, Zionix is focused on global advancements, right? They are really trying to take this company forward, but their main goal is to be compliant and to put education at the forefront. Because in this industry, you need to educate your community, right? Because we have people who've been in this space, they've been burnt so much, right? They join every fluff, everything. Myself, I've been a part of this, left and right, being tossed around here by these companies. It's been like that because there hasn't been the right framework. People with credibility have enough on the line, CEOs that just pop up. You Googled your names and there is no information except for the very day that company launched. I'm tired of it, right? I don't know about you guys, but for me, I'm tired of it. I realize that we're in a space right now where legitimate companies are now coming in. Institutions are now coming in because the gray area has been cleared by the government to allow companies to come for auditing, for regulation, for compliance checks, and all these things, right? So with that being said, this company also went ahead and hired the number one by far. Many people you ask, they'll tell you this number one company, a legal firm that handles MLM and crypto in the United States. They've worked with everyone from Amway. Amway is like the number one company in the world when it comes to network marketing. So they could have chosen any legal team at any level, no matter the cost. They went with Kevin Thompson, who's the same lawyer representing on retainer Zionix Global. He has done all the compliance reviews, right? And this is what he does. He basically helps people pass state legislation, right? Regarding anti-pyramid rules, all these things, compliance policies, compliance, just name it. Whatever it is, right? This guy is the expert. He has the experience, tremendous experience, even helped with litigation with a company like Amway. So this is the guy. He has all the connections. FTC, SEC, doesn't matter. He has all the connections and he has helped create a roadmap for this company. In the next 60 to 90 days, different things are going to change, right? They're going to add new products, first beginning with the launch in Dubai. You're going to add multiple products and services. You're going to add an e-webinar software application for members of this community to use, right? We have access to automated trading licenses for some of the best decentralized trading bots out there. We also going to have access to AI marketing systems. We're going to have access to top of the line education, right? And also trade ideas given to people who become traders or who want to become traders and learn how to trade, right? So all of this being said, now I'm pretty sure you're asking how, right? You've heard the why. Your question is how, Kojo? How can we use this, right? We've heard it, it's great, but how can we use this? I will tell you this, every Friday 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. UK time. Be on this presentation on zionixlive.com. This is the CEO's corporate call. Every Friday, you would be amazed by the insights, the information that will be passed on to you about what this company is working on. Now, the event to Dubai, these are the tickets for the admission. Now, it's high ticket because you're going to receive so much value. In fact, many of us understand that we cannot even afford to miss this. So we started to put resources already, and I believe over 50 people on our team already committed to go to Dubai. Right now, you will have these tickets for 75% off. You'll go to zionixevents.com. I believe some of my co-hosts are going to put all these websites and links in the groups, in the Zoom as we speak, okay? So the revolution is here. You want to get started. The question now is how. Now, this company has their own disclaimers, so understand you're not promising anything, but you're in the technology space. We know technology works, right? And no one is going to guarantee that your phone is going to work every day. But when you go to the store and you buy it, they tell you it works. They've tried it, they've tested it. And if it doesn't work, they say, bring it back for us to work on it. Same thing in this space. We are with a technology company. They have built a product that works, folks. I've benefited from it. Majority of people that have been to our presentations are benefiting from it right now. I've been able to average about 28% a month, folks. This is just me sharing my experience, right? Their flagship trading bot is their arbitrage robot. Now they have 5 different licenses using 5 different strategies, trading on the decentralized exchanges in real time, producing transaction hashes for every trade that has been completed. They also have trading being done on decentralized exchanges as well, right? And this company is so transparent. When we asked last time, we were told this company has put 60 to 70% of all funding into trading, right? Putting about 30% in reserves to ensure that this company stays liquid no matter the situation. When was the last time you had a company open enough to tell you what they are doing on the back end, right? They also have some rules and regulations, and to ensure consistency of trading, profitability for the company, for the community, right? For the systems that they're using, they have a capital lock which has been implemented. Soon it will be, it's right now in 30 days. I believe by the launch time, we'll know between now and launch is going to be 180-day minimum lock, right? Meaning that your capital is locked in for 180 days. If you choose to withdraw it at any time, you can. 30% penalty fee. But if you do not choose to withdraw it, you get your profits every day. You withdraw that every day. We'll look at how this works as well. And then once you hit 181 days, you can pull out your capital, right? So this is going to be part of the new launch protocol, so just be aware. We talked about transparency, folks. We see everything. Everything. This is the new back office. Currently, we are using the old platform. The integration is being done, folks. Once again, if you are coming in now, you are coming in so early to something that is going to be the biggest conversation of 2026. You just get to warm it up throughout the rest of 2025. The entire market will be looking here because there will be very little companies that will have credible entities, credible executives enough to go get regulated by the highest authorities in this space. And we know this, right? That's why many of them never choose to get regulated, right? So Zionix is working their way, right? They're currently done with their compliance review. They're making all the adjustments so they can go ahead and be FTC or CFTC compliant, right? So is it perfect now? No. Pre-launch. Is it going to be better tomorrow? You can wait and find out, but it will be costly for you, right? So now the first license, or the cheapest, or the minimum entry, let me put it this way. The minimum entry to get started in this project is with their starter license. It costs $149. The license, we purchased them for 365 days, okay? A whole year. Now, a license will not trade air or water. It needs your crypto. So in order to get started here, the minimum entry is actually 250. It's actually 250. Why? Because this just gets you the license. Now that you have the license, you need to inject capital. First step, purchase license. Second step, activate license. We activate it with the minimum capital. So if you have $100 or more, you can activate your starter license. Once activated, up to 1% a day in trade-in profits. This is all automation. All we are doing is creating our accounts, putting money in the back office, the dashboard, right? Where the company now diversifies these funds into these robots, and the robots does all the trading, sends all our profits. We just collect. That's it. And we are becoming very good at that, waking up and just collecting large sums every day. We are becoming very good at it. And we want you to learn the skill of collecting coins every day. That's it. It's not that hard, right? So here we use these systems and you can earn up to 1% a day. Now, the next tier is called the standard license. Now, just to get started here, you will need at least 450. Now, you can always have more, folks, and these are not packages. You're buying a software. You need capital. So you can put 105, 118, 2,000, and 205. Like it doesn't have to be a fixed, $100 increments, none of that. Whatever you want to put into trading, it just has to be more than the minimum. Same thing with if you want to top up what you already have in trading. You can never add less than the minimum. So whatever minimums you see are the exact minimums for each license. The standard license, you need $250. You put 1.05% as what you're going to earn almost every day. It varies. If the market is great, guess what? You'll be great. If the market is not that good, you might see 0.6%, 0.7, and it continues that way, right? The next is the advanced license. Here, we know that the license costs $250, but our minimum entry to be a part of this license tier is $2,750. You need $250 just to acquire the license. $2,500 is the minimum capital required to activate your license. So transaction number one, buy license. Go to the next page. Transaction number two, activate license. Okay. So here you can expect up to 1.1% a day. Now it's varying, once again, it's not fixed. So we know it varies 0.8, 0.9, 1%, 1.02, right, per day. The next is the elite. This elite license, we know the license costs $300, but what is the minimum entry here? That will be 10,800. 10,800, right? So here, the minimum capital required also is just 10,500, right? If you're able to activate your license, then now you can expect to see profits up to about 1.25% a day. Now, folks, I'm privileged to be using this license. Currently, I'm at 20, actually 29% a month on average, right? So it's not exactly giving me 1% every day, but there's been days where we've had low trades and there's been days where we've had high trades. And so on average, I'm sitting at almost 1% a day on this license in just 2 months of being in this company, right? In 2 months of being in this company, I'm averaging about 29%, if a little bit more per day. Per day, folks, on average, right? So it's different rates, but I just cut the average price. Now here, the VIP, this is the best of the best, right? We have a lot of VIP members on our team. And in order to be a VIP with the company through their license packages or your subscriptions, is going to cost you $550. Okay. Now here, your minimum entry is 22,050. Why? Because 550 for the license, then you need a minimum capital of 21,500 to activate your license. Right? So at this point, once you do that, you start to wake up to profits of up to 1.5% a day. Now there's a member who's been around much longer than I have, I believe over the last maybe 80 days. of using this particular VIP license, they have been averaging about 1.29, 1.34% a day. Folks, you heard me right, 1.29 to 1.35% a day. Not that they get those exact numbers. Some days is 1%, some days is 0.9, other days 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, right? And when you strike your average, it's always good to do it across 30 days to give you a fair idea of how your bot has performed for the month. And so with numbers like that, it's easy to say that an individual can earn anywhere from 30% on the low end to 45% per month using the VIP. It is the best performing license, has more trades, more activity, different strategies within the algorithm as compared to the others. Right? Can you start here and grow your way up? Yes, there's no upgrades. You don't pay no differences. If you need another license, you buy the entire license, right? So most people have more than one license. You have people having a VIP license, making 21,500 as your minimum capital, probably earn about two, 250, $300 a day, for example. What can you do with this, right? You cannot top it up into your VIP license. The minimum is 21,500. So then you would need to top it up into maybe a standard or a starter license. And because of that, people acquire a second license that can take minimum capital requirements. So you can start somewhere here, and then as you accumulate, you will talk about the referral system and how you can earn advanced credits towards your own trading. Right, folks, this company does not guarantee any results. The disclaimer is at the bottom. They have tested their algorithm, their data for over 2 years, back tested everything, and they know this is what it does, right? But they're still, transparent enough to say we're not promising you any fixed returns, right? Um, just do know that when you make a deposit, it can take up to 24 hours. If you make a withdrawal, it can take up to 24 hours. If you activate a license, it can take up to 24 hours. Your commissions will only be paid out also after an activation has been completed. So that could also take a few hours as well to show up. Okay, folks, let's just please put this in our heads and tell our people in our team. It takes up to 24 hours. If you're waiting maybe about 10, 15, 20 hours in, you can always message customer service. They are very responsive, right? But we do know there's also a transition or migration of the old data into the new data as well ongoing. So we did experience an upgrade that took a few hours yesterday. And today we're excited to see that platform systems are more than live. You're firing on all pistons, right? So you can deposit and you can withdraw stable coins, right? That's USDT or USDC. And there's a 3% fee on all withdrawals. Okay. So get with the person that invited you. They'll take you through the process, send you a video. This company is very focused on security and compliance. So you can set up your two-factor authentication as well. They have server protection. And so every time you log back in, it usually logs you out and you got to log back in again and stuff like that. This is the back office, folks. The new back office that's coming up. Very sleek. So if you do get started today, you won't see this exactly. In the next few days, it will change to this. We still have the old system running. But yes, this new back office is very exciting for those of you that are looking at it for the first time. You see the process where you fund your account. After funding your account in your ZDF wallet, you go ahead to purchase your license, right? Out of the 5, you choose the one that you want. And then after that, you go to the next page, which is to activate license. So you go here and click on activate bot. That is next to the bot that you're activating. So if you bought the advanced, then you activate the advanced. If you didn't buy the elite, you cannot activate the elite. Whatever you purchase is what you can activate, right? Then you can go ahead and look at the trades, on-chain trading API, transaction hashes. You click it, it takes you right on chain. Now, this company has very exciting affiliate or commission rewards, referral income that comes from just growing your community and helping this company sell a ton of licenses, right? So how that works is we get paid about 4 different ways, I believe. This is how you can see your back office, for example, right? See all your profits here. Now, we get paid 5 different ways, and I'm excited, folks. I'm excited because I've had majority of people on my team over the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, start to hit all these ranks. People have been earning commissions. I had a friend, he wasn't even taking the business seriously, distracted doing other things, but he did get started early, right? And he brought a few people in. And then he came back to his back office one day, about $800 was just sitting there. Remember, he did nothing, right? He just got started early, waited till, I guess he was ready, came to look at his back office, and there was already money waiting. This company has earned many of us here several thousands. Some people just started in their first 2 weeks alone and have more than broken even on whatever they brought in to invest. So this is where you have your rare opportunity, folks. So the first way is the uni-level income. Now, how this works is when you share with anyone, that's your direct, they fall on your level one, you get 10% advanced credits. You can use these credits towards your own trading, that is to top it up into your own account, or you can withdraw them as crypto, USDT, right? Give you a quick example. A friend of mine got started, put in 11,000, right? He says, Kojo, check your back office if you got paid. I said, okay. I went in and I saw that I'd received $1,100. That's 10%, right? Then another friend of mine on my second level, right? Well, basically, sorry, the people on my first level, they shared with people on my second level, right? Now on my second level, I had a few people put in, let's just say, all in all, 50,000, right? On my second level. Now, the comp plan says I'll get paid 5%, but there is something called volume distribution. Folks, volume distribution. What is volume distribution? This is how this company sets itself apart from every single passive income trading platform-ish project we have ever seen, folks. I've seen dozens and dozens and dozens of comp plans. I can guarantee you in the next 3 days, somebody's going to send me another project, right? And the reason why I said this is the only thing I've seen different. I've never seen volume distribution on any passive project comp plan. What is volume distribution? Now, on my level two, what this company does is because I'm not the one who brought the entire volume, right? It's someone else's direct. I am not entitled to the entire volume. Huge. I'm only entitled to 50% of all the volume produced on my level two. So this 50,000 actually showed up in my back office, right? I'll tell you how much I got paid. But in my volume, I never saw 50,000. I saw that I received 25,000 in sales on my level two. And so my commission of 5% came out of that 25,000. So right there was profits gained of 1,250. So I said to my friend, and I said to myself, and I said, look, this is this is a game changer. Folks, we are here to create massive amounts of wealth. Recently, the the current CEO of McDonald's says that what's coming during this global reset, there will be no middle class. Folks, it's unfortunate, but this is what all the billionaires, the millionaires, the high-level executives, former government agents, people who want to share the light, people that probably knows they shouldn't be shouting about this information are telling us today. It's not, the revolution is not going to be televised. So we need to take advantage of systems, right? I remember a mentor of mine told me, says, Kojo, you want to be wealthy? You have to do these 3 things. He said, this is what all of the wealthy people are doing. He said, you find something that works, a system. It could be your job. It could be, it could be a platform like this. whatever it is, your small business, find a system that works and learn how to use it pretty well. Make a good living for yourself. Once you're done, the next thing you do is you apply technology. He said, Kojo, you can only go far in 24 hours as one person. When you apply technology, you can put yourself in multiple rooms simultaneously and be able to implement the same level of efficiency. And he says that's not the end. He says when you get there and you've mastered the art of using technology, you really want to scale up and go into the realm of the wealthy, then you need to do the last thing, which is to leverage people by empowering people with everything that you have. So they go out there and do exactly what you did or more, and you get a percentage. Right? So, folks, we have a system here. Jenna, her team, Jenna is already worth a lot of money. She's created two successful MLM companies that have done over $1 billion in revenue each. She's been an affiliate marketer who's earned about 12 to 20, 30 million a year for more than 7 years. That is a lot of money, right? Now, in order for her to scale up even higher, being mentored by someone like Bob Proctor, right? You need to find a system people can duplicate. People cannot duplicate buying products and stuff every day. They need more money to do that. So today, her new vision is in this passive space. We get to take advantage of it because we are in early. Folks, I've never been this excited, and I'm telling you, you want to be at our event that we are doing for our team. We have a team event in Florida, and then the company has a corporate event in Dubai on the 17th, right? So that's huge. So here I realized that I got paid 1,250 and on my first level 1,100. So I said to myself, if I'm gonna do what my mentor told me and I can talk to 10 people who do the same thing my friend did in a month, find 10 people who can put 11,000 in my direct in just a month, 31 days in a month, 30 to 31 days, right? So what are my excuses, right? None. So here I would have earned already 11,000, right? Now I said, well, let me go even further. What if in a year I talk to 100 people who either start with 1,000 or 11,000 or work their way up? By the end of the year, I have 100 people I brought in that all put in 11,000. Whether they started from 1,000 and grew it, whether they started from 5,000 and grew it, whether they just came in straight at 11,000. If I can talk to 100 people directly in a year, 365 days, what are my excuses? None, right? Because it's more time. I should have accumulated over $110,000. So you're telling me I can have one, in fact, now I have two cell phones. I had only one about a few weeks ago, right? If I make a call on each of these phones, as opposed to going in and slaving 10 hours at a job, you're telling me I can accumulate a white collar income, a blue collar income in a year, casually, sending messages and having conversations on my phone. The very thing that we do every day already, and make other people money on Instagram and all this TikTok by just clicking stuff. So I said, things have to change. I have to make the decision. So guys, I'm all in, right? Then I also realized that if just, one person contributed 50,000 in sales on my second level, that means that if I grew a team of 100, right? And 100 people also contribute, right? That alone will put me at 125,000. Okay, folks. So at this point, we have already totaled what, 235 minimum, right? Because then again, it could be way more. Because you have people coming in with large amounts, people coming in with 500, people coming with 20,000, 50,000, and people also growing their portfolio within a year. Just think about what's going to happen. I'm just saying within a year, if all 100 people produce 50,000 in sales within the year, the whole year, 365 days, that alone is $250,000. two levels, two levels, right? This goes all the way 14 levels deep, where there's also volume distribution. At this point, is 30%, right? And we'll look at that page where they divide the volume. You don't get the full credit, but folks, if you're just working your way through these levels, even at these percentages on top of distribution volumes, you will still be working your way to 500,000 or more within your year, right? So when that got me very excited, right? Um, so we'll talk about the other requirements to open up your levels. Now, in order to open up the levels, this company is not just throwing money out there, right? They've already done a great job by paying under 14% of all of a check match of all deposits made into your algorithm, into your system, companies' sales. They are giving away credits equaling about 14% of all transactions that have gone through your system. So that means that this company is willing to set aside 14% and match it and also make that money back in trading. We've seen so many companies fail back in the day, right? Let me actually go back to complete this. We've seen so many companies fail back in the day. Why? Because they show you a comp plan like this with no volume distribution, where you get 10%, 5%, or 8%, 5%, 4%, 4%, 3%, 2%, 1% all the way. You add it all up. Most companies are scratching 30% or more, meaning that they are giving away 30% to about most companies, about 45% of all revenue being generated in the name of trading, right? So if somebody's giving away 30% of your, let's say, $1,000, now they only have 700. They have to pay you ROI every day, and they have to pay a compensation plan every day. Which money are they trading? And when you need your, let's just say their trading software or their traders are so great that they can generate 3, 4, 5% a day. That's fine, no problemo. During the course of these trades, if they haven't replenished back the deficit and you decide to request for your capital, whose capital are they giving you? Think about it, right? And 99.999% of these companies has failed. You can't even show me one that is still doing it at that level, right? So when you have a company that says, we are not going to repeat the same mistakes everyone else has been making, that tells you something, right? So here, in order to even open up your levels, you need to have a certain amount of your own account trading, right? 200, 300 opens up 3 levels. 1,000 opens up 10 levels. 1,400 opens up all 14 levels. Your team, you need to have at least one person or combined, all of them, everyone puts in at least 1,400, right? Whether it's 140 here, 100 here, 200 here, it all adds up. You open up your 14 levels. So it's not difficult, but it's still a layer that delays how much money the company has to pay away. A company that stays liquid is a company that stays sustainable for a very long time. Think about it, folks. Right? So this is how the volume distribution works. It's only on your first level that you see all the volume. On your second level, even if people put $1 million in sales, you will never see 1 million in sales in your back office. You only see 500,000. If people put in 1 million in sales in your level 3, you will only see 300,000. If people put 1 million in sales on your level 10, your level 9, level 10, you will only see 100,000, right? And to me, that is fair, because if you didn't put in the work directly for that volume, then someone else should get the full credit, right? And that's a really fair compensation plan. So, folks, we also earn from trading activities in our community. When I saw this, I was excited because the initial plan did not have it. Now, all of this will be implemented within the new launch on the 17th. If anything, if it's going to be done prior to that, CEO will announce. But we have from now till the actual launch, October 17th, for these new measures to be implemented, right? So how that works is that if someone is earning from trades, right? You earn residual commission. So let's say your team earns about $1,000 a day in trading profits, 5%, that's good for you, right? That's very exciting, right? So, oh, residual commissions, global payout, trading by that, yeah. Okay, so this is from reactivation, folks. Let me just think I was looking at the wrong slide from the past. So this is from reactivation, okay? So when someone reactivates a license, that is when they top up more capital, right? When they top up more capital, you get paid. Initially, we weren't getting anything for top-ups. So now this new system, anytime someone adds new capital to their existing license, you get 5%, right? And this goes down all the way 14 levels deep. This is huge. This is huge. Why? Because people keep earning trading profits daily, weekly that they want to compound, right? So now let's go to the next exciting part, which is the ranks and rewards. Now, what excites me about the ranks and rewards, first of all, is very achievable because we've seen so many people do it already on our team. So we know this is something that can be duplicated. All you need to do is have 500 in your own trading, $5,000 in the accounts of your directs. It could be combined, it could be just one person, and then 20,000 in group trading volume, right? In group trading volume. So here you get a payout, a $500 payday. Now, in the new system, you're going to need to hold your rank for 60 days, right? Currently, there's no need for that, right? I believe at some point this might be reversed, but if not, folks, just know it will not get implemented till I believe launch day, right? Which is on the 17th. The next rank, amateur rank, $1,200 needs to be in your own account trading. 10,000 needs to be in the account of your directs. It doesn't have to be one person. It could be a couple of people that have $100 each, $1,000 each, 500 each, and you qualify. Your total team needs to have a group volume of 50,000. You get a $1,200 payday, right? Same with Pro X, $2,500 payday. You look at the rank ambassador, you get a $250,000 payday. That is you buying a house on the spot, right? A lot of people work the job for 10, 15 years, never bought the home. Folks, Zionix, you can work this business for 3 to 6 months, for 8 months, for 12 months, and you can buy that home. Why would you not take advantage of it? It's legitimate. This is not anything illegal. You're dealing with, the crypto space now is being regulated. Folks, this is really what a lot of people pray for. People are waiting for someone to come hold their hand and say, I have an opportunity for you. And no one is coming up. Today, you could be that person. Share it with others. You never know who you're blessing with that opportunity, right? So here, in order to hit the top rank, you need 150,000 in your own account, a million in group sales, 30 million, sorry, a million in your direct trading volume, and 30 million in your entire team's trading volume. You get a $2 million payday. Like at some point, you know, everything got to start working. You hear these kind of numbers and for some folks it's a little bit unrealistic. Oh, 2 million, how is it possible? Folks, don't worry about it. Put in the work, right? This is very possible. This is very possible. This is very possible. And next thing you know, you're here. And then now you start to believe the impossible, that many people in crypto have had their lives change, earn multiple six, multiple seven figures, all from the comfort of their home, pressing a bunch of buttons on the screen of their phone. Right? So this ranks pay out a total of 4.7 million. Folks, every time you take your phone to go on Instagram, send one message about what you're doing, right? And I can give you guys my three-step formula to success. It's been the same three steps that I got introduced to in this space, and I don't think it's changed. Number one, pique an individual's interest. That's it. You don't have to go around saying, explaining the whole thing. No, hey, I found a way for you to make $4.7 million in the next 8 to 12 months. Question that comes after, how? Usually that's it's literally just that how. How is it possible? With who? Where from? Right? Then right there you go for the next one. Right? The next one is very, very important. It is a strategic message. I call it the outrageous punchline. Right? The outrageous punchline all depends on the person you're talking to. So you look at that person, their goals, their desires, their current needs, right? What they're going through, maybe single mom, three kids, you know, got she has a small business or and works a job. Someone like that is making money to take care of their family, but they have something that they want. They value it more than even the money. They would give up almost half of everything they have if they could get it, and that's time. Time to be with their kids. Time to actually raise their kids and do the things that they want to do with their kids. People will pay anything for it. They just can't afford to. So when you give someone a statement that says, "Hey, not only that, I want to connect you with somebody who's going to be able to help you buy your time and spend more time with your kids and not have to compromise your lifestyle or the way you live." That's outrageous to that person because they're already trying to do that. So the next thing they say is how, when, where, and then you put them on a three-way call. You put them on a Zoom call, just like this. Even better, send them on Friday's call with Jenna. Have the CEO close for you. And folks, you will build millions in your business. A lot of people try and do so much on their own. Folks, this three simple step system has worked tremendously well for me, right? And I believe it can work for you too. So that is the ranks and bonuses, right? Now we go into the next one, which is the most exciting, right? Depending on wherever in the world you're tuning in from today, to me, I think this is exciting because it allows everyone to even start with the bare minimum. You can build a team and say, hey, I want all of you to just try it out for the first 1 or 2 weeks and let me know what you think. Just by saying this alone, right? You might have hundreds of people take your link. Is almost at no risk to them. It's $250. This is not a let's make money and get rich thing. You're not telling them, you make a lot. You're saying, hey, try it out, see if the back office works for you, trading works for you, and let me know what you think. That's it. You send your link out, 100 people get started. It will shock you, right? But let's just say this company is saying if you can get 10 directs to do at least the minimum or more to try it out, right? They'll give you $150. If you're 10 people, any of them do the same thing you did, duplicate, they'll give you $75 for each person. 75 for each person times 10, 750. Remember, the 10 people you got started are your directs. 10% of 250, $25. They pay you $25 times 10 people, 250. Now, what did we just say? We said that your 10 people duplicated, right? For you to get the 750. They all got their own 10 people. That's 100 people on your level two, right? Because you made it so simple that all you did was tell people, try it with the minimum for your first week. Let me know what you think. If you don't like it, just let me know. Okay, just let me know. They go ahead, they try it out. They come on one Zoom with Jenna. They say, you know what? I'm loading up more. But we're not even talking about that. Just the bare minimum. That's 25,000 in sales on your second level. Right? Now remember, volume distribution says that on your second level, you are only entitled to half, 50% of the volume, right? So that is going to be 12,500. Now, when you get your 5% on that, your second level 5%, you earn an additional 625. All of it in total, $1,000, right? $175. This could be in your first 30 days, all from $250 signups. Now, everyone starts to make money. They start to add more. What do you think happens to you? Momentum accelerator bonus is here to boost your entire team because now you have 100 people on your second level who just got excited. Maybe about 20 said they didn't like it, right? 80, that's fine. Maybe 50 of them didn't like it. You left with 50, that's fine. What do you think 50 people on your second level who are now excited, been to the presentations, been to an event, are going to do in the next 6 to 12 months in your business? This is how you make 6 to 7 figures guaranteed. Get everyone in to just test it out. Even if they said, we've been in this space, this and that, I've been hit, I don't believe this. Just say, you know what, just test it out, try it out. Just come listen on a Zoom. The only risk to you is $250. In fact, if it doesn't work, just let me know. See what we can do about it. But just let me know. And that's it, folks. You build a multi-million-dollar business in 6 to 12 months, right? So folks, get excited, right? Once again, you have first movers advantage. That's the beautiful part. You look on your phone, there's 500 people on your phone, and I can almost guarantee 450 haven't even heard about Zionix. That leaves you with another 450 people that you can talk to from now till the end of the year. And out of that 450, if just 100 decide to join you in your first year, where would you be in year 2, year 3? Right? We've seen this company and the moves you're making. They are not your fly-by-night company. In fact, if somebody says, I just want to wait, I tell them, take 2 chairs. You're going to get tired. Take 2 chairs and wait and watch me earn. Because this will be around while all the naysayers doubt and while all the skeptics watch and while all those who participate earn tremendous amounts of wealth. So be a part of the union, be a part of the family, be a part of what Jenna says is the revolution, right? You have to align. You have to align. A lot of times, everything is not just as we see it. You sometimes have to go beyond how you see things and look at the broader perspective. The broader perspective is that in the past, things were not great in this industry because there were no laws. There was nothing out there. Today, things have actually changed. You've seen a president launch 2 projects in crypto. One is his own crypto DeFi protocol that has lending and borrowing, staking and ROI. He can't even launch the services yet because he needs to pass regulation. Do you think he's going to wait? No. He's going to pass the regulation that opens up his company for business. And so, because he's going to be open, everyone else has to be open for business. Folks, this is the time to put your entire focus in crypto, especially AI and crypto, and make tremendous wealth.
Right? And as a bonus for you guys who stayed right to the end of this video, for anyone wanting to join Zionix Global and chooses to join with my team, you get full access to our trading signals. Right? Now, this is offered at a cost of $99 per month. We have discounted it to $50 per month. Right? But for being a member of my Zionix team, you get access to this free for life. Right? So this can be another stream of income. You can share it with your friends or you can trade it on your own. Right now, this is our stats for the day. We took a sale early in the morning, we gained 120 pips, 30 pips by 80 pips. And then you can go through the channel and you can see the actual entries and exits yourself. right? So you guys get this totally free. All you have to do is message me. The link will be in the description to join the Telegram channel, and you can message me from there at Passive Investment Club. All right, now just let me go through some of the daily stats right here. So this is 7th of October, 6th of October, and you can see the results are just incredible, right? You guys get access to this again totally free. Usually members have to pay between $50 to $100 to get access to this, right? Just look at these results. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And that's it, guys. That is the wonderful, amazing opportunity that we have right here, right? So if you want to be a part of this opportunity, follow the link in the description. There will be a link to the Telegram channel or Telegram group that I operate. You can join that group and you can message me directly if you have any questions. All right, guys, we're looking forward to making some money with you guys, freeing some people. It's the opportunity that is very passive, right? You have no monthly fees. All you have to do is just invest and watch your money grow. If you do not want to tell anyone about it, that is totally fine. You will still earn without referring, and that is the wonderful thing that we have right here. All right, guys, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.